Hey everybody, it's Safi and Marco Dish Out on Movies, the only movie review show on YouTube to review movies in terms of food. It's just Marco here, and I thought I might go ahead and knock these other tour videos out of the way because I don't know exactly what other chance I'm going to get to do this because from now on we just got to get everything that we have and get out. But like you can see, forgot the home movies on the tapes, forgot peanut butter, all this stuff. I need a lamp. So this is really cool. I got it for my film, but it's a very beautiful lamp. So it's really funny too because we came here to get stuff for the cat because he's diabetic. And I went ahead and I took a shower. So let's go ahead and start off with the bathroom. So, yeah, this bathroom is really evil. I would say the bathroom is the most evil room in the house. And you can see I still got my clothes on from yesterday, which I was supposed to wear as a Halloween costume, but I didn't really get a chance to do that. Anyways, wow. What is it there to say about this awful place? Like, one of the stories was when I was a kid, I stood in there, and we always have to worry about spiders, centipedes in this bathroom. Um, I was standing in there, and there was a big spider's web up there, and the spider jumped into my hair as I was shampooing my hair. It was so terrifying that like I've never gotten over it, and something really interesting. There's a lot of interesting spiritual stuff. So, when I would take a shower in this bathroom, never in the upstairs bathroom, always in this one, I would always feel like someone or something was out of the corner of my eye, and I wouldn't even want to close my eyes to shampoo. And so I would actually get afraid to close my eyes. And obviously, I didn't know about whatever was in here. But you guys know what's in here. You guys have heard, if you've heard my spiritual videos, there is a demon inside this mirror, and a very very scary demon. And it's sort of like a demon that's taken the form of an ugly ass old woman, and she is the main source of all the problems in this house for the most part. Like, she's the ringleader, and I've seen lots of visions of her. I've drawn pictures of her subconsciously, uh, and she is really the main issue. And so, all this time that I've been scared that someone's going to come in here like in Psycho, it's always been because I subconsciously knew what was in the mirror. And so, that's pretty bad. And, one of the scariest things about this bathroom is that this is where a lot of bad things would happen in terms of, I used to run in here to cry in front of the mirror, and I would look into the mirror as I cried. Uh, there was one time where I tried to do Bloody Mary, which didn't work, unfortunately, because I thought it'd be kind of cool to see Bloody Mary, honestly. I'd like to, like, talk to her about stuff and, like, interview her for, like, a biography or some shit. So, another thing is this floor. This floor is super shitty, and it got so bad in here to the point of where we could have fallen to the basement and died uh, because the floor was so weak, and because the people who owned this property let it get in such disrepair because they were negligent to this property. And so you can see right there used to be this big hole to the basement, and stuff would come up through there, poisonous stuff. There was one time I got my towel off of there. There was a centipede on it, and it bit me right in the meatloaf. And this is the cabinet. That's where my mom used to be really paranoid, and she used to keep all the Halloween makeup up there. And she actually wrote a story about it where it's all about, like, what do I want to be for Halloween? And, like, oh shit, I gotta get my makeup. And she's like, I keep it on the top shelf to make sure that it stays nice. And that's what she used to say. I gotta keep it nice. But anyways, another story in this bathroom. I'm gonna miss this bathroom, honestly. Like, even though there's something bad in there, like, I really like this bathroom. I don't like how dirty it is, obviously, but it's part of the problem because the guy that they got to fix this was so incompetent that he never finished with the shower. And the shower head continuously gets clogged. The drain keeps getting clogged, so that's why it's like that. So it's very bad what they did to this property. The property that they were allowed ownership of. Pretty embarrassing, honestly. It's kind of like, you guys shouldn't really be allowed to own anything, and you should really be charged with something, because I really think, even though there's a lot of evil in this house, and the medium, M&Ms, I'm gonna start calling her M&Ms, because she's got blue hair and she could be like a blue M&M girl. Uh, she said that this house is so bad in terms of the portals, the demons, the spirits, that it can't even be fixed. Like, there's so many problems that have happened over the years. There's so many entities that have come and gone in this house that you can't even fix it. Especially because it's on a burial ground. And of course, they haven't even found the bodies yet, which they will when they start digging. And then they'll be like, oh, yeah. And it's like, yeah, fucking retards. So, another really gross thing is that I would always, for some reason, puke in the sink. And I know that sounds gross, and it's like, Marco, why are you sharing that? Well, why is it that I was drawn to puke in the sink instead of puking in the toilet like, normal people? Well, honestly, I don't know, I used to get really grossed out, like even more grossed out wanting to puke in the toilet. So I didn't even want to do that. But the thing is that if you think about it, it was all about puking in front of the mirror. And so that's what it was really about subconsciously. And then, remember, I told you guys about Bernie peeing blood. The main place he peed blood was right here. That was the main place. I saw him doing it. And then the main place that, recently he's been puking a lot. Like, he pukes once in a while. He'll rush and gulp down his food, or he'll eat something he wasn't supposed to, and he'll throw up all over here. And if you think about why is that? Well, it's because all the bad stuff that happens in and around this mirror, it all then feeds the energy in that mirror, and it feeds the demon that's inside the mirror. And so basically, it's a very creepy and sinister thing, the fact that people use this. I don't know, like, you have to wonder, how did something like that get into this mirror? Like, what is the story of this mirror? These are questions a writer wants to know, And so, yeah, here's the kitchen. And then I guess I could talk about this room a little bit. I want to hurry up because I know we have to feed Bernie. This is the computer room, obviously. This fireplace is... Oh, I forgot something. Sorry. So, I have a really funny story. So there was this one time where I was standing here and there was this huge black cord underneath there. And I thought, why did they take the hose in the house? Why is the hose just sitting there underneath the cabinets? And then the hose started moving, like in the fucking Shining. And then it turned out it was a fucking huge snake. And it crawled into the computer room. and it disappeared. We still don't know where it is. It probably crawled back down because it came from the basement, came from that hole in the corner. And so, it's just, ugh. And, other bad stuff has happened in the bathroom too, honestly, that I don't even want to talk about. It's just personal stuff. And to think that I was feeding some sort of a mirror demon is just like, ugh. But I'm going to have fun writing about it. So, in this room, this used to be the front door. It's not anymore. That used to be the VHS shelf. We still have stuff to get, obviously, all this crap. This used to be the bookshelf. This was where the computer was. I would sit right here and work, and I'd look out there outside, and I'd look out there, and, I'd look over there and see people going to the bathroom, and I wrote a lot of stuff here. I did a lot of work here. And, yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any stories specifically that I wanted to mention in this room. Because this has always been like a room that people just go in and they just kind of leave. It hasn't really ever been a room where people sit here, except for before I was here. I think people did sleep on the floor here when they came over. I think one story, we used to have this huge exercise bike in here, and I one of the things to try to lose weight, I would ride the bike for an hour, and it did nothing. In fact, it made me not want to exercise, and it made me like, ugh, I hate exercising. Fuck this shit. Well, one time I was exercising on the bike. I was small, and I fell forward and I hit my face right into the bike. And it ugh, God, I still remember that. I think it did something to my jaw when I was a kid because I was really, really small. And so now, finally, this is the front room. We have a lot of stories that we could talk about in here. A very, very beautiful room, honestly. I think that this is my favorite room of the house. This room, and then my bedroom, the newer bedroom. I don't know. It's hard to pick because like obviously they're all bad since they have evil in them, but still I don't really care somewhat. I guess it's just because I'm conditioned to live in an evil place. I don't really care. Bernie used to sit up there and look out the window, and the shade thing broke, and so we put those up instead. That was a black bear toy that I got from a Wisconsin zoo. Very, very cool. Definitely one of my favorite toys from being a kid. And one story to talk about is that you guys remember Cheyenne, who I didn't get permission to use her name in my book, but I don't really care because I didn't say anything bad about her. She sat right there that one time when I talked to you guys about, uh, how she came over that one time. That's where she sat, and she sat there. We were watching Psycho on the TV screen,